Hello, I'm Rainy Day, and welcome to day 13 of Sudoku September. This is one from the Generally Approachable Sudoku series, day 3 in a row. Must not be around 3 or more digits in any row or column of the same parity, which is referring to whether it's odd or even or not. So I guess what I'll start with is any odds. I can do that. Any of the odd numbers, we don't have any 9s, I'm going to colour in red, and any of the evens, I'm going to colour in blue. So we know, for example, because if either of these were odd, then we would have a parity situation where you had a 3 or more in a row, so they both must be even. And same here. I think there's like a Dutch game called, Oh Hi, which is somewhat similar to this, where, well, kind of. I think one of the rules with Oh Hi is that you can't have more than 3 in a row of the same, like whether it's red or blue. Both of these got to be red because they would have parity issues, and there must be 5 red and 4 blue in each box. And that cannot be 4, 2, or 8, so that must be 6. Both of those must be red. Both of those must be red. Both of those must those all must be blue. Those have to all be blue. That must be red. That must be blue. Okay. Anything else I could gather quickly from this? Oh yeah, up here. They must all be red. And that must be blue. Okay. So 3 must go there by Sudoku rules. 3 would have to be red in one of those, but we don't. It's not necessarily there. They're a 7-9 pair. They are a 2-8 pair. That must be an 8. There's the only blue left in that row. So that must be a red. 5 is in one of 2 there. Now that must be red. So got a blue in one of those. Oh, that must be a red. Okay, that must be blue. That must be red. That must be blue. That must be red. So they are a 3-9 pair. That cannot be 8. That can. Oh, that's got to be 2. They are a 6-8 pair. Four in this box is not really restricted. That is got to be a 2. That's either a 4 or 6. That is either a 2 or 4. Oh, we've actually got the other blue there. That must be red. So that's going to be either 2 or 6. So nothing concrete on those. Now we must have a blue here, because otherwise we'd have 3 reds in a row there. So both of those must be red. Now, in a similar vein of the 3 reds left, if red was in all 3 of those, then that would break, so that's for definite a red. And if red was there, the other red, it would form 3 in a row somewhere, so that must be a blue. Specifically a 6. And both of those must be red. So that is a 2. Okay, that's an 8. That's a 6. That is a 4. That is a 6. And that is either 5 or 9. That is either 2 or 8. That is either 2 or 8. So that's a 2. That's an 8, 2. 4 in this box is in one of those 2, so both of those are red. So do we have that as either 6 or 8? That's got to be 8, because we've already got 6 in that row. So the 6 is in one of those 2. Sudoku rules will tell us that there is a no that anyway. 2 has to be there. So 6 is in one of those 2. 6 has to go there. That has to be a 4. 2 is in one of those 2. And that's got to be specifically there. 8 is in one of those 2. So these bottom 2 is both be odd. That's solved 4 there. So that is an odd. Third can't be 1, so 1's in one of 2. 5. No, I can't see. Major. I guess restriction wise. Now, well, that's got to be the 8 because we need to break up that. That must be red. That's got to be red. That must be red. So that is 8. Okay. So 3 is in one of 2. 5 is in that one specifically. So it's 5 3. That's 9. That's 3. 9 is in one of, that's a 9 7 pair, which we can solve. That must be a 1 5 pair, making that a 7. Making those 1 9, which we can do. Those need to contain a 1, which must go there. That's either 7 or 9. That must be odd, so that makes that one a 4. That is either 5 or 9. That must be an odd, so that is the 6. And that places that one as a 6. So that is the entire parity of the grid done. Now all we just need to do is solve it like we would a Sudoku. So, okay, freeze. That's going to be a 3. Only 1 3 left? No, 2 3s left. One is there, the other is there? No, there. Okay. 7's, oh yeah, 7's got to go there, so that's a 9. That solves those. That must be a 1. One's there, 5 1. 7's in there, 5 9. 5 7 9 9 5 and 7, and then 9 and 5. There we are. Visual one. I actually quite like that one. Kept to pull from knowledge from a few different things. It's similar to, I think, Kurosu, but thinking Kurosu could be Daniel as well. But yeah, overall, getting to like back to do some of the stuff from Ohio that's pretty cool. Yeah, I probably might continue with a few more of the generally approachable ones before moving back onto artisanal. But yeah, see you then.